do we do? When due process is under attack, what do we do? When civil rights are under attack, what do we do? Good afternoon. I'm New York City Controller Brad Lander. And I am proud to be out here this afternoon with the New York Immigration Coalition, with the Working Families Party, with Make the Road, to stand up, because this is a moment when it is essential that New Yorkers, that New Jerseyans, that Americans stand up for everyone's rights. It is a critical time to stand up and be counted. And I was proud to be out there yesterday with New Jersey Working Families and New Jersey Make the Road and a lot of folks here when Mayor Ras Baraka walked out of that ICE detention facility. And we were there to have his back because, let's be clear, Newark has a mayor who is standing up for immigrant residents of Newark. Newark has a mayor who is standing up and fighting for due process. Newark has a mayor who is standing up for the rule of law. And Newark has a mayor who knows that the only way to protect people is to protect all people. And that's why thousands of folks flowed out there last night to have his back, to demand his release, to chant, "Free Mayor Baraka! Free Mayor Baraka!"
Free Mayor Baraka!
And after enough chanting, lo and behold, Mayor Baraka walked out. And that's why we are out here today, because unfortunately in New York City, we do not have a mayor who stands up for immigrant New Yorkers. We don't have a mayor who stands up for due process. Instead, in a split screen unlike any other I have seen, while Mayor Baraka was standing up and putting himself on the line to do his job, our mayor was down in Washington humiliating himself in front of Donald Trump. Every now and then someone will say to me, well, don't you need to have cooperation? And I say, look, Eric Adams is running an experiment in just how you could capitulate in the most humiliating way imaginable. And it is not delivering one thing for New York City. No one else had Elon Musk steal $80 million from their bank account. Nobody else had their major transportation policy, congestion pricing, tried to be canceled by the transportation secretary. Nobody else has ICE being put in their correctional facility. So let's be clear, bending the knee, that is what tyrants want. They depend on fear. They depend on cowardice. They depend on capitulation. Eric Adams is giving the tyrant exactly what the tyrant wants. And you could see it yesterday in the way that Donald Trump laughed at Eric Adams and laughed at New York City. But the set of people here know it is time to stand up and fight back, yeah! And that's what we did yesterday in Newark, and that's what we are doing here in New York City, because when people show up, something different happens. You know, there's that poem, and I'll just end with this. There's that poem by Martin Niemöller. First they came for the socialists, and I did not speak up because I was not a socialist. And then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak up because I was not a trade unionist. And then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak up because I was not a Jew. And when they came for me, there was no one left to speak up. Now, that poem doesn't have a line, then they came for the mayors. And I think when they come for the mayors, it's already pretty bad. But the thing is, we are speaking up, because we're going to write a different poem than that, right? That poem's going to say, first they came for Mahmoud Khalil, and I did speak up because I would not let students or people protesting be taken away without voice. And then they came for Mohsen Madawi, and I did speak up. And then Mohsen walked out free. And then they came for Ras Baraka, and I did speak up because due process matters, because rule of law matters, because freedom matters. We are writing a different poem here in New York City, and it is going to end with the restoration of freedom and civil rights and due process for all of us. Thank you very much. Thanks, Working Families. Thank you.